Hello and welcome back to Troubleshooter. Now let's listen to Isak's request. I wonder what's up with Inspector Isak. And just the two of us. Sure. Hello, this is Albus. I'm leaving the office soon. Do you have time for us to get together today? No problem. Why don't we meet at Skywind Food Street? Skywind Food Street? I'll send the location to your phone. Alright, I'll see you then. Is it a trap? Roll of each. Skywind Marketplace. The loading time makes me think it's a trap. Although it might not definitely be a trap laid out by Inspector Isak, but I don't trust the guy. 4 years ago, Wind District VHPD, welcome in face. Isak, look who's here. Good morning, Inspector Isak. What are you doing here? I've been assigned to serve in the Windwall District from now on. What? The HQ of VHPD requested for the reassignment of an officer and he volunteered for it. I was wondering myself when I saw the papers this morning. 8 years since we met at the VHPD field exercise. Yes, sir. Thank you for back then, sir. Well, it's good for us. We needed another officer for the SWAT team. I should mention, Joel, don't expect immediate job advancement. It's alright. I was aware of that when I accepted the post, madam. Says Joel. Well then, take good care of Joel, Isak. 3 years ago, Windwall District VHPD, following each other. Inspector Isak. Didn't you leave the office just now? I brought some food. I'm still on duty. It's already 2 hours past the end of your shift, sir. Someone has to finish the remainder of the work. You'd have to work overtime 365 days a year to finish all of the work we've allocated each day. I don't mind. I'll be sitting here starting tomorrow. I'll take over the remainder of the work. The food is getting cold. I know you haven't had dinner. Do you like this job? Likes and dislikes don't matter to me. I'm a police officer because I like the idea of protecting others. 2 years ago, Wind District VHPD, Deep Bonds. This is the first time we've been dispatched together in a while. I'm sorry to bother you with this. You're supposed to be off duty today. No need to concern yourself, sir. I wouldn't have become a police officer if I cared about stuff like that. What? Reasonable working times? Nah, don't care about that. How are you dealing with misdemeanors in the district? It only makes me respect you more. How did you manage when you were in this position? You seem to be having a hard time. That is not an answer to this question, Isak. It isn't hard, it's just that the petty criminals won't listen to me. I wish they had just a little bit of concern for others. They wouldn't be petty criminals in that case. I say they just don't know how to get along in this new society. If we can't embrace them. I understand. You've told me several times. You said that society should embrace them. Stubbornly sticking to judging and punishing them by the law will only push them further down the wrong path. Eventually that would end up creating bigger problems. Though if I'm honest, I sometimes wish I could just send them away to prison, to give them something to reflect about. It's society that's the problem, not the individuals. Others find you difficult because you say things like that. By the way, who are we working with this time? Roberto of the Troubleshooter company Disarmers. Ah, the young Troubleshooter. Right, the boy is making a fuss about becoming a troubleshooter specializing in violent cases. Well, that didn't last very long, did it? Yeah, well, it's thanks to him that the force doesn't hesitate to send police to these violent cases. I'm pleased he shows such spirit. I know how you feel. Everything has its pros and cons. 6 months before Joel's death, full of regrets. Lieutenant Joel, do you not care whether your life is at risk or not? I ordered you to wait for the troubleshooters to arrive before beginning the mission. I want the good ones to live a good life. As Joel's way of managing crime became more and more aggressive, the sense of anxiety within Isak grew bigger and bigger. If anyone were to be sacrificed for some reason, it would be better if it were troubleshooters, those who work for their own self-interests. Far better for it to be someone who's in it for profit to be consumed than someone whose duty is to serve others. You and your men are Valhalla's last line of defense. Do not take their lives lightly. The Valhalla which you and I both protect will continue on in the future. Society would change if and only if there are more people like you. So look further ahead and take good care of yourself. Sir. 2 weeks before Joel's death, with a heart full of hopes. I mean it. He's the real thing. He's a proper troubleshooter, I tell you. A proper troubleshooter, huh? Don't talk nonsense. I have seen it just once in my life. 10 years ago when I was assigned to this district like Joel. Well, there's only 2 of them for now, but I'm sure they'll be Valhalla's #1 eventually. If that company from back then hadn't disbanded, they would have been #1. Silver lining. The best troubleshooter company that was ever established in this district. Right. So what's the name of the troubleshooter group you keep praising? Scow and Food Street. The world changes. Welcome, Inspector. Same menu as usual. Spicy udon with egg and some red pepper powder. When will you stop calling me Inspector? I know I should call you Mr. Isak, but I just can't help it. Mister? Just call me Isak. If it doesn't bother you, I'll just stick with Inspector Isak. If it weren't for you, I'd still be sneaking and thieving. Call me what you wish. By the way, is it okay for you to have them just standing at the back? They're all getting paid for it. Gangsters? Getting paid? The world has changed quite a lot. Our company will pay for tonight's sale, so you don't have to worry. I see you've changed as well, spending money so liberally. All things change over time. I occasionally hear people babble nonsense about you and your goals, Inspector. They only knew you. But those of us who've been rehabilitated by you, we still support you. You guys are mistaken. I'm only the boss of a company now, just a businessman. After a short, awkward silence, Yusuke looked at the other side of the street. Oh, is it Albus of Calamity you've been waiting for? Right. I had a feeling this wasn't going to be an ordinary meeting. Do you want me to leave? Who will take our orders if you aren't here? You seem to have arranged this meeting privately. I can tell you don't want to be overheard. It's even more conspicuous for 2 guests to sit at a food stand without an owner. You don't have to be considerate, it's fine. Welcome. How have you been? Good. How have you been? I've been well. The one who usually drops by here isn't here. I couldn't help but order before you arrived. Go ahead and order whatever you want. I'll have the udon as well, please. Yes, got it. It's been 6 months. I've been well. Inspector Isak Gordon. He often had aided Albus in many ways since Albus began running Calamity in this district. Do you still visit your mother's grave? I would very much like to, but regular visits would give the gangs a reason to vandalize the place, so I refrained from it. Albus had already been attacked twice while visiting his mother's grave. He didn't want to cause noise in the resting place for the deceased. That's rational of you. Someone like Irene would never give up visiting the cemetery and chase after criminals. Right, that's the sort of thing I can expect from Irene. Isak and Albus had a long chat regarding Calamity and the VHPD. What do you think about the criminals who paid for their crimes? Huh? Atrocious criminals, atoning for their crimes with the standards set by the government and re-entering society. What's your take? Albus knew that Isak was referring to the Black Tiger Gang. Lately, there have been many Black Tiger Gang members turning themselves in regarding numerous unsolved cases. Frankly speaking, I don't know. For the past year, Black Tiger has caused no violence. Most of the members involved in violent acts left Valhalla. They won't be coming back until the statutes of limitations expire. Now making those who are involved in crimes that carry a sentence of less than 3 years in jail turn themselves in. After the rehabilitation, the Black Tigers will turn into an official troubleshooter company. 2 months ago, the weight of reality.
Miss Giselle, about the black tigers, are we just going to ignore them? What would you have us do about them? I meant, they are urgently inclined to become a troubleshooter company. They've even gone as far as to put an ex-inspector of SWAT as the top executive. We would have already intervened if they posed a threat to the public order. But they were involved in hundreds of violent acts up until last year. What's your point? We're already lacking in manpower. Do you think it's a good time to make more trouble for ourselves? No. Do you see now why Blackpool has over 300 official troubleshooters, but only Criminal Case Team 9 deals with violent acts?
Ever since Calamity's establishment, Albus has solved many cases, but crime never rests. The company couldn't act as a deterrent to criminal activity.
Once Black Tiger becomes a troubleshooter company, they will become the biggest company in the district and possess the greatest number of troubleshooters. Their company would not only be able to respond to cases occurring simultaneously, but also act as a strong deterrent to crimes. And their illegal protection fees will turn into legal case rewards. Not to mention that they'll start paying taxes on that money. Frankly speaking, I don't like the idea of a criminal organization washing their hands of their past crimes and entering the sunny side of society. The situation has changed, and it's Calamity that inspired them to become troubleshooters. Excuse me? What do you think troubleshooting criminal organizations have in common? They share a pursuit of profits. The cost of maintaining their business as a crime organization now includes having a war of attrition against Calamity. On the other hand, the cost is relatively small to change into a troubleshooter organization so that they can monopolize support from the districts under their jurisdiction and pick up cases that Calamity doesn't take. In the past, there were other fearsome gangs running about, and the cost of turning against them was large. However, right at this moment, there are no major gangs to pose a threat against the Black Tigers. The reason they choose to do illegal business in the first place was because it was the most profitable approach at the time. However, now that you've shown how profitable illegal business can be, they would prefer to become a troubleshooter company just like yours. They're adapting to the changing times, all in the name of profit. I understand what you're saying. Still, I can't accept the fact that criminals are now erecting a legal company after making so much dirty money through illegal business. That is a bitter part of reality. They won't be able to forget the past easily either. That's why the government is making it difficult for them to establish themselves as a troubleshooter company. They will likely have to undergo some hardships.
You're not as surprised as I expected. This doesn't seem to be news to you.
It was.
I thought you would have something to say about it. Irene would have sprung at me.
I can see that. We should be thankful Irene isn't here right now.
Yusuke, could you give us a moment?
Alright, I'll grab something from the convenience store.
Good.
This is
information about an Orichalcum rank project managed by the Central Management System of Valhalla. Security rank Orichalcum. The next level security rank after Mithril. The informant is Sharky, the leader of Spoonism.
Why would you give this to me?
I had thoughts on discarding it, but I relented. I was too embarrassed and sorry for my colleagues who arduously worked for Valhalla's public order. However, I don't have the guts to reveal what's on it. Just a petty excuse from a man who knows its limits. I will eventually discard this, but I thought you could take it off my hands. That's why I arranged this meeting.
Albus gazed at the small USB Isak put on the table. Inspector Isak, why me?
It was a colleague of mine who believed that Calamity would eventually be the best company in Valhalla.
The best troubleshooter company?
That's right. It's a reference to a heroic troubleshooter company that was capable of solving cases and helping people everywhere at every moment. Somewhat symbolic.
We are far from that.
Albus, aren't you seeking the truth regarding the nightmare of year 793? Did I hit the mark?
No, I'm not pursuing any truth or anything so grandiose. Just like with my mother's grave, I'm simply curious about my father who went missing and what happened back then.
The cases Calamity have been dispatched to lately are definitely oriented towards making a good-looking career. They pay your company well, are helpful to the development of its members, and involve major cases in the district.
A company with a good performance record is inevitable.
Some time ago, Albus, I started to notice a sense of incompatibility between your ideals as a troubleshooter and your company case record. Calamity doesn't seem to get involved in cases if they can't greatly impact your career, even if they can be easily taken care of. Your company has been taking the most efficient shortcuts to climb up the ranks. I hardly think this is a coincidence. At the current rate, your company would rank silver in only a year. Something impossible in other districts where there are dozens of competitors. Contemplating this gave me an answer as to why someone as talented as you would choose this district rather than Yggdrasil district. You're trying to acquire the right to browse high-ranking security information as soon as possible.
I believe you may be giving me too much credit, Isak. I'm not so cunning.
If my thoughts were out of line, I apologize. If you refuse to take it, then I'll discard it when the time comes.
Even if I take it, it will have to be discarded someday, Inspector.
It doesn't matter. I understand you. Skywind Food Street. Roll for each.
Boss, we lost contact with the outskirts team.
I told the members on standby to come at once. Considering the traffic will take some time.
Is this due to me?
No, this is my business.
Excuse me?
There's some of our own people who don't like the idea of the Black Tiger Gang changing into a legal corporation. And to those people I am the one who caused the change, so they want to get rid of me no matter what it takes. This is a rebellion against trade. We should find and punish them. They are hiring mercenaries because they don't want to betray the Black Tiger Gang itself. We'll respond to it as usual.
Yes, got it.
This happens whenever we move in small numbers.
I've never received a single report regarding these issues.
I don't want these obstacles getting in the way of legalizing the Black Tiger Corporation. So naturally I'll make sure to cover these kinds of issues up.
When a violent act occurs, a civilian calls the police and they identify what happened at the scene. In other words, violent acts can never be concealed if the police don't cooperate. Don't tell me that you're bribing officers.
Bribe. Call it what you want. But concealing such incidents doesn't necessarily require bribing. I'm an ex-SWAT inspector. I have my hands in a few pockets.
Still, concealing crimes is a crime.
Just let it go this time. I've now responded well to the plea bargain you requested.
That's because...
We'll all be settled in due time, no worries. For now you should leave here safely before you get involved. We'll clear the path for you.
You're not going, Inspector?
Running away won't stop internal conflicts. I should subdue them immediately to show them the will of the company. I have strong people to help me here, and reinforcements are coming as well. I shouldn't have any trouble.
I can help.
Thank you, but you should leave. Your presence would only cause misunderstandings. I'll do my best to cause no harm to the civilians, so please leave for now.
Yes, got it.
I hope we meet again under less dire circumstances. Leave the site in time. Okay. Where is said site exit? Presumably down here. Yeah. What were the fee conditions? Is Isak dying? Yep, okay. So let's go there then. Although we'll have Isak. Okay, there's someone there as well. Difference isn't very big. What about the other guy? He's taking cover. So let's take care of him. Albus. That has less damage. Interesting. Go on. 1200. Oof.
자,
Ow.
이제 제 차례입니다.
Alright. Go here. Where's that mark target? Chance of getting attacked by an enemy increases by 30%. Aimed shot. Okay. What's the difference between these? Not a lot, just a higher crit percentage. So let's go for it. What can you do? Delay him is what you have to do. None of their fires are— oh well, finally. Someone hit something. Albert's level 43. Okay. And you. Slash. Go on. Yeah, of course. Oh, there we go. That solves the problem. Of course. Of course none of them hit. Alright, Albus. Why can you not go past here? Huh. Just move here for now. Ow. You can't go past. Well, take a health potion. They can do what they want down there. Alright. Ow. Alright. That's not good. Isak's almost dead. And he's down. Well. Okay. Let's try again then. Albus would have made it. Isak just didn't. Alright. I still think going towards this exit is the best option. Where's this one? Over here? That could also work though. It's quite close. You know what? Let's try this one. There's not a lot of people here. Let's have you go there. They're aware of us, right? Yeah. It doesn't really matter. So I might as well move him over here. Alright, Albus.
알겠습니다.
How is it only 50% hit rate? Target dodge 37%. Well, alright. He doesn't have cover anywhere, so might as well get closer to the target.
바람과 함께 사라지세요.
Alright. Same thing again. They're concentrating really hard, apparently. Good job, Alice. Alright, now let's pull them closer as well. It's not great. Neither is that. There, go on. The fire support here is helpful. The hoodlum probably delays. Okay, he can't delay anyone. His hit rate is terrible. And he's still hit. Because why not? He can't reach. So let's just have you go here. Okay. That hurts. Mm-hmm. They're all doing so much damage. Good dodge. Of course he gets stunned as well. That's fine, I guess. It's less fine. And of course. Jesus Christ, what the hell is this mission? Alright. That worked less good than the other way. So I think what is this way? That isn't too far away either. But I still think up there is the best choice, so we're gonna go with that. And hope that it pays off eventually. Albus, let's have you go here. Is that worth it? That would push them back, but you know what? Going for the kill might be more worth it. Ah, I forgot about that shit. Ah, of course he missed. Ah, Albus, please. At this point I might as well restart because that's not gonna happen. Doesn't really change much. You know what? Screw it. Do that. Alright. %. Let's go. There's the level up. That doesn't help. They're all coming from over there. Alright, you go here and heal Albus. Alright, where do I have you go? Why don't you just go here? I forgot about this guy. Of course he can't dodge anything. You know what? Isak, go over here. Kicking doesn't really do much. That does even less. I might as well kick him. Albus.
알겠습니다.
Go there. Of course. Can't get there. Where would this put him? There'd still be two people. This guy and this guy. I feel like it's worth a try. Alright, we'll try it. Healing myself isn't gonna help. Good. And good. Right, just in case, you'll take the close suppressive fire and... Oh god. Jesus Christ. You Albus. Of course. Good job, Isak, dodging everything. And Albus is gone.
Alright then, I'll leave first.
The boss of Columbus has left the site.
The reinforcements have arrived and are waiting at the other side of the area.
Good. Subdue them as we usually do and make sure there are no witnesses. Pay the civilians who can see the scene not to talk and make it clear to them that if we cause them or their property any harm, that they'll be generously compensated.
Understood, boss.
Good. I'll leave this to you all. Make it quick and return safely. Yes, boss. Take care.
I'll see you at the company.
Alright, there we go. How much motivation does he lose? Not a big deal. 200. That's fine. Leaning on each other's shoulders, silver lining bar.
Why are you calling?
Lady, Lonquan has died.
What was the cause of death?
We suspected he had chronic disease that he didn't tell anyone of.
Chronic disease? I had no idea.
The only ones who seemed to know were his two closest subordinates. Lonquan ordered the others to not inform you of his death.
That is very much like Lonquan.
Lady, what do you think about returning? All members of the White Dragon Gang wish for you to return and become an ascending dragon within the game of dragons.
When will you give up on trying to bring me back in? Weren't the rights and authorities of the White Dragon all you wanted after all?
I won't deny it, but you're the only kin of Aska. We won't oppose you because of our personal ambitions. Despite Rio becoming a cop, the White Dragon still has me and Rungwell. We'll clear the sky for you to ascend.
Taiso?
Yes, lady.
To hear you say that means a lot to me, considering it's coming from someone who always felt uncomfortable in my presence. Thank you. But I don't want to betray the effort Lonquan made to make sure his demise wasn't informed to me. What I want is to leave the gang.
Lady, you know even if you want to, the gang won't let you. You'd already been assigned to lead the White Dragon as soon as Lonquan passed away.
Is that so? How diligent of you all. Then, as a leader, I order you, Taiso, make Lonquan's funeral as modest as possible and reward his subordinates' hard work with a portion of Lonquan's assets. And proceed with 49 days of memorial ceremony to pay homage to Lonquan. On the 49th day, I will join the ceremony personally.
Lady,
I'm not saying that I will return, but I should at least be there to share the last moment of Lonquan's legacy and finish what he has left. Now that I have announced my return, I expect you to be there to meet me.
Alright, lady.
How long have you been standing there? When do you go home, Heixing? Are you feeling alright now?
Sure. I'm sorry if I worried you.
Sadly, I wasn't worried at all. So, did you accomplish what you had set out to do? Are you still not satisfied, even after all that? If that's how you feel, then there's something I'd like you to help me with.
Fine. Okay. Right, so, okay.
Alice, are you busy? No, what is it? I'm sorry to tell you so suddenly, but I would like to leave the office at the regular time today. You don't have to be sorry, you should rightly be leaving after regular work hours anyways. How is that possible if crime usually takes place during the night? If you're busy I can put it off till tomorrow, so tell me after you decide what to do with your current cases. Yes, sir.
Alright. So, in the next episode, I'm going to be taking Kali's request. And until then, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.